Hello, Tangerine Software welcomes you to the Nectari BI product quick tour. For the next few minutes, I will take you on a tour of Nectari BI and demonstrate to you the highlights and features that were described in the product overview. Nectari BI is a flexible product which allows access to your information in several ways. Today, we will be using the Nectari BI client interface, which provides users with the tools required to access, navigate, and view the data stored in transactional systems such as DB2, SQL Server, Oracle, Access, and others. The interface is made up of several key tools. The first and most important is the Command Center, found along the left-hand side of the interface. The Command Center provides users with a hierarchical structure of all the views that are accessible to them based on their individual permissions within the system. Views consist of worksheets, graphs, and reports, and are structured within folders, subfolders, and processes which encapsulate information for the user with respect to security, access, and data manipulation. Often the structure of these folders reflects the key functional areas of a company, for instance finance, sales, and inventory analysis. At the top of the interface are the menus and toolbars that have the standard Windows application functionality. Each of these menu options and buttons is enabled and disabled as the context of the interface changes. Along the bottom of the interface, there is a status bar. The status bar will display progress messages to the user as user open and other actions are performed by the application. The status bar also displays the name of the user currently logged into the system, along with the current date. Finally, the main area is reserved for the displaying of the views. The interface has a multiple document interface, which means that several views can be opened and displayed at the same time in different windows within the area. Today I will be doing a demonstration using a sales data template, which will certainly be useful to you as it is very easy to install and it provides instant added value to the Nectari BI solution. The sales analysis process provides a series of interesting views, gives you a fast ROI, and makes a great starting point for other processes customized to your needs. From the Command Center, I'm going to expand the sales folder and then further expand the sales analysis process. What I find is a list of views accessible to me related to sales analysis. The different icons represent the different types of views: worksheets, graphs, reports, and even filters, which allow a user to apply a predefined filter to a view. Navigating the views of the system is easy and intuitive. This allows for a fast transfer of knowledge to end users. To start, I'm going to open the worksheet displaying sales data by customer and product. To open the view, I simply double-click on it in the Command Center. As the page loads, users can see the progress of the open command in the status bar of the interface. In the background, what is actually happening is that Nectari is opening a connection to the database server and in real time retrieving the data from the transactional systems to display in the worksheet. Once a view is open, users can play with the size of the view window to make it smaller or larger. The Command Center can be hidden and shown. The zoom functionality in the toolbar can be used to zoom out on the view window or zoom back in. And if multiple view windows are open, the menu items in the window menu can be used to cascade the windows or resize them horizontally or vertically. The worksheet is made up of several parts. From top to bottom, there is the groupings area. This is the area where data columns can be dragged to define the groupings on the data in the worksheet. The worksheet's data is currently grouped by such relevant data as year, customer number, and product number. Below that, there is a grid with rows and columns of hierarchical data. The grid includes totals as well as subtotals that can be expanded to view their associated details. And below that, there's the filter area. This area displays the current filter, if any, being applied to the worksheet. The columns and groupings can easily be manipulated through drag and drop operations. Users can move around columns in the grid, change the groupings on the worksheet, and remove columns from the worksheet by right-clicking on a column, exposing a context-sensitive menu, and selecting to hide the column. Very easy and very quick. Users can change the sort order of the columns. Instead of seeing the data by year, and then by customer, the user may want to view the data by customer and then by year. See the speed at which the users can adapt the views to their specific needs. Once satisfied with the new layout, Users can save the worksheet on a new name and publish it for other users without the risk of certain users seeing data they're not authorized to see. For example, if I incorporate the prices of items into a view, and I decide to publish the view to some colleagues who may not have access to this information, when they open the view, this data will not be visible to them. You will notice that some cells in the worksheet have colored backgrounds. This is Nectari's implementation of alerts within the application. Alerts can be used to notify users of unexpected situations that may arise that need their attention. To filter the data displayed in the worksheet, users simply select the data to be filtered within the grid and use the toolbar's filtering buttons to quickly manipulate the data displayed. If, for instance, a user decides that some particular product numbers could be problematic because their sales are highlighted through alerts, and would like to see if there is a global problem for these products, the users can add the products to the filter of the worksheet and display the data for those products across all years and customers. In fact, the products are problematic and require some special attention. Now, suppose that the user would like to keep a close eye on these products for the next little while. He or she can save the filter as a separate view entity without saving or affecting the current worksheet. This can be done by selecting Save As from the File menu and selecting to save the current filter. Give it a new name such as Problem Products. Now, if I remove the current filter from the worksheet and click on a new filter in the Command Center, the Save filter is applied to our view. With the same ease, this new filter can be applied to graph views and report views as well. For instance, if I close this worksheet and open this graph, I can click on the filter again and filter the data in the graph to only display the data of those two problem products. So now I'm going to return to my original worksheet, Sales by Customer and Product, and I will demonstrate another way to find specific data in the view. Some companies could have thousands of different products in inventory to track. It could become quite difficult to find information about a specific item. Nectari has an intuitive and powerful window that allows users to search for specific values and fields and filter on them. Clicking in this icon in the toolbar opens the prompt window for this worksheet. Users can search for all kinds of different information using this tool: company, years, customer account, salespeople, and of course the search that I want to perform is by product number. This lists all the products stored in the product file of the ERP database. I can search for these items starting with the number 2. And then use different selection methods to select a few more items. I will choose a few and press OK. The prompt window closes, and the worksheet filters all the data to display only those that were selected from the prompt window. So again, very easy to find items using the search capabilities of the prompt window, and once the search is made, it can be easily saved off as a filter to be reused later in the same view or another view, no matter what type of view it is. Here's the filter. I absolutely don't want to forget the export capabilities of Nectari BI. There are many people that still prefer to work with Microsoft Excel to perform certain tasks. With Nectari BI, you can export the data within a worksheet into several different formats: Excel, HTML, PDF, or XML, and then automatically distribute those files as email attachments according to a schedule if needed. I will demonstrate a quick example of how to export the data to an Excel worksheet. The Excel worksheet will have the exact same look and feel as the Nectari worksheet. All columns, rows, colors, and shading will be the same. Here is the exported file open in Excel. Now, let's have a look at other types of views. The Nectari BI Report Designer allows for quick and easy creation of reports. It is a graphical environment that allows users to define groupings, sort orders, totals, and subtotals for a report. Users can add images, labels, text fields linked to columns in their database, calculated fields, headers, and footers. Everything one would expect to find in a feature-rich report designer. The beauty is that the report layout is saved to a centralized location, so that it can be easily shared with other users in a company without compromising the defined security. Now, let's take a look at another type of view, the graph view. I'm going to double-click on the graph in the Command Center to open it up. The current graph is a bar graph displaying the sales by company, but I can see the data summarized at different levels. All I have to do is click on it. You see the data by year, by period, by sales representative, and so on and so forth, all the way down to the individual product level. To go back up, all I have to do is right-click, and there you have it. As you can see, it's very easy to navigate up and down through the graph to see the data summarized at different levels. It is also quite easy to change the graph type from a bar graph to a line graph or a pie graph. Users can even animate the graphic for presentation purposes. Finally, as with all view types, graphs can be exported as well as printed. In the product overview, I mentioned that Nectari BI has the ability to update data within transactional systems. This is a great advantage, as for example, it is easiest to determine what budgets and forecasts should be when the user has the actual data in front of him or her. Often with other systems, the process of updating budgets and forecasts is very long and tedious. A common scenario would involve a user making a request to the IT department to do the extraction of the required data into Excel, after which the data in the Excel file would need to be modified. Then the changes made to the Excel file would need to be reapplied to the transactional system. This complicated process is often compounded by multiple users across different departments, all making their own individual contributions, which results in the IT department having to juggle all this complexity. Nectari greatly simplifies this whole process by having individual users enter budget and forecast data for their area directly in a transactional system. Just think of the time savings for everyone. By using Nectari BI when entering their budgets and forecasts, companies can lower the risk of human errors, centralize and share data amongst all users, and ensure the security of data. There is no need to merge data and verify its integrity. All of this can improve efficiency and performance, giving you a high return on your investment. I am going to use the sales forecasting process for this part of the demonstration to show off the power of Nectari BI and how it can update data directly in transactional systems. The worksheet displays the yearly sales per product by salesperson and customer account. Notice the column headers highlighted in yellow. This indicates that these columns are open for data entry for authorized users. For example, if I take a look at the sales for the year 2010 for SR001 for SNS distributors, I can click on the budget value for the cell and see the entire row highlighted in yellow. Now I'm able to modify the value in that cell. If I click on a cell in another column, the highlight of the row changes to blue. The colors indicate whether I'm currently in edit mode or not for that particular row. Once a change is made to the value in the cell, you will notice that the cell is highlighted in green. This indicates that the cell data has been modified and is a way for users to know when prompted by Nectari to save what values have actually changed. Another powerful feature in Nectari is the ability to perform mass data entry. Users can use summary lines to enter data and spread it across the detail lines based on predefined rules, or simply replicate the value across all its detail lines. For instance, an excellent starting point for yearly sales forecast data can be very quickly entered by entering a total which gets automatically distributed per customer according to the ratio of last year's sales. In this example, if I change the total budgeted value for the customer SNS distributors, you will notice that this value gets automatically distributed across all the detail lines proportionately based on last year's value. Just imagine how much time can be saved using this functionality.
Data entry fields are also not only limited to numerical data. In this example, I have a column called Reviewed By. This column has been linked to a list of users in the system. Because the column is linked, when I try and edit a value in the column, the prompt window opens automatically, and I am given an easy way to search for the value that I want to select. So, I started a demonstration with an application that can navigate and display information coming from transactional systems, and I have ended up with an application that can update that data in real time as well. There are no limits to your creativity to improve your productivity and facilitate your work. I am now going to close the worksheet, and because this is a demonstration, I am going to say no to save the changes that I have made.
Nectari BI has also the ability to document all the process or the views by linking them to anything. So you could attach a Word document or link to a specific web page of your intranet. This is a great advantage in today's business environment where employee turnover and the need for continuing education and self-improvement make the easy transfer of knowledge critical. In this example, I will select a process where I want additional information on, and then I will click the information icon. Now you see an HTML page that gives additional information on how the process or view is working. I can even open an attached document which is linked in this HTML page. To help facilitate maintenance of your solution, Nectari features a statistics feature that tracks the usage of the different business processes and views within Nectari. Easily see how often certain views are being used and by whom. Check who made the last modifications to a business process and when. Now you can easily identify the business processes and views which are critical to your organization. This concludes Tangerine Software's Nectari BI Product Quick Tour. I hope that you've seen how powerful yet easy to use the Nectari BI solution really is. It will facilitate access to information and, as a result, increase productivity and improve decision making. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found the tour to be informative. Please visit Tangerine Software's website, www.tangerinesoftware.com, for more information on Nectari BI and our other products and services.